And I'm back with the grand final of the first Paragon League Chase Cup. Euronics Gaming are taking on Beber&Co. And we are going into the map Veto, Impulse, Democratized, Ententite and Intermittent have been removed. 2 more maps will also be removed, and then we'll have the teams pick 1 map each, with the last map remaining being played as a potential 3rd decisive map. Currently, Euronics are going to pick the next map to remove, and they will remove Twister. So now Beber&Co will pick next. This is now a best of 3, by the way, as we had a best of 1 in the loser bracket. Wicked Game is eliminated by Beber&Co, so Alternative Current is going to be picked by Euronics Gaming. Beber&Co then picking a Lucky or Blank. They are thinking about it. Alternative Current I think has been picked every time by Euronics, so they feel especially confident on that track. But I think they are the main favorites here on any track really. So a Lucky will be picked by Beber&Co, so Blank will be the decider map. Alright, moving on to the first map, Alternative Current. Once again, we'll have a warm-up phase. See the track here, it's made by ACDMW. I'm actually not sure who that is. I'm pretty good at knowing the nicknames, but the logins I'm not too good at recognizing. Don't take a look at them too often. So yeah, we have a warm-up round. The lineups will stay the same for both teams. Euronics lining up with Shorty, Morris, 89 and Rilu. And for Beber&Co we got Pilu, Win and Palteza. And first place in this grand final will take home €60. Second place will get €30. We already know that WOF took 3rd. After losing against Beber&Co in the consolidation final, they will get €15. So still doing some warm-ups here on the first map, Alternative Current. Rilu will finish 1 track and then I think he pressed F6. But the other ones will also have to press the same button. And then we will see the start of this grand final. Alright, looks like all 6 players pressed F6, so here we go, live into the first round of this grand final of the Paragon League Chase Cup Edition 1. First place will take home €60, second place will get €30, and Rilu gets what seems to have been a landing bug, so that will actually give Beber&Co the lead here in the start. And yeah, these teams actually met a lot in the opening cups, and it was pretty close. I think even Beber&Co may have won 1 or 2 matches. Though Shorty did not really play, I think. Could be wrong, but it feels like Morris and Rilu mainly played with Lars in those tournaments. Although I did not cast all of them. But yeah, Beber&Co actually taking the lead here. A bit surprisingly. Oh, what a crash! From Pilu. Actually, no, I take that back. I thought he hit the ceiling of the checkpoint, but no, it's still in it, so never mind. I swear though, that did look like he crashed, but maybe a bit of lag. Yeah, he is lagging actually, so that explains it. Sorry about that. But yeah, no, Beber&Co with a pretty comfortable lead, as Euronics are actually struggling a bit here in the first round. Yeah, it was a bit of lag, that's why it kind of caught me off guard. Alright, let's see though if Euronics can come back from this as we jump into this 3rd lap out of 5. So again, you win these rounds by having 3 more relay points than your opponents. The score is currently 12-10 at the top. So Beber&Co close to winning now. Or you win by taking first place after 5 laps. Yeah, still really close here, 14-12. I think the points are actually not updated like straight away, because I think otherwise Beber&Co would have taken the round there, because they were in front. What? Okay, maybe I actually saw that wrong. Maybe I was thinking that Beber&Co had the lead, but I don't know. Sometimes it can switch very quickly if the other team kind of, you know, fails the relays. But it's possible though that I was actually mixing up the scores there. So Euronics may have had the 2-point lead and then they took it there, even though they were behind on the track. So yeah, a bit of confusion here in the start. Sorry about that. So Euronics will take the first round. Okay, the point updates when every member of the team passes the checkpoint. That explains a lot, actually. That's good to know. So that's why you don't see teams winning the rounds sometimes when they are in front. Gotta have all 3 members in front. And yeah, another bad start from Euronics. I don't know, they are kind of choking here, to be honest, because they looked unstoppable on this track when it was first played. But yeah, they are once again behind here. Beber&Co doing much better than they did in the winner bracket final. Yeah, I think actually I did see it incorrectly in that previous round. Euronics were the ones always in the lead. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of the score because, you know, one team might be in the lead on the track, but then it's also the relay score that you need to keep track of. That one isn't always the same. Alright, so we see Euronics now taking over the lead on the track and also in the lead in the relays at 13-12. Could go up to map point on this first track. Again, this is a best of 3, so we will still see at least one more track coming up. And this was Euronics' pick as well. 15-14. They will have a 2 relay lead here, but I don't think they will have enough time to cross this finish line. No, just barely not able to make it. Oh, but it looks like the red team may be a bit further behind, so that's gonna be it in the next checkpoint. Euronics Gaming with another point puts them at map point now at 2-0. Yeah, Rilu has maybe been the one that has struggled a bit here initially for Euronics Gaming. He gets a slow start, but again, this doesn't really matter too much if you get a slow start in this format. Rilu goes up in the lead now, crossing the checkpoint next. Shorty is then gonna take over here for Euronics Gaming, but the checkpoint is still not coming up anytime soon. That was really close actually. Rilu almost passing the checkpoint before Shorty. And Beber&Co with another promising start. However, that is not enough to win the rounds. They need to keep at it and do the same through all the laps, and then maybe then they could take a point here from Euronics. This is map point for Euronics, and over the dirt they do it much better than Beber&Co. All of a sudden up in the lead now with a few seconds. Marius 89 though, dropping down a bit. So Rilu and Shorty will have to wait for him here a bit over the stretch. Not too much though, could have been worse. 9-9 in the relay score. As we see Euronics about to enter lap 3 out of 5. Over the loop and over the jump. Marius now going up to first place. Rilu often being the player in the middle. It's Shorty and Marius that are the ones that goes to first and last place through these checkpoints. Alright, where's Beber and Company? Not really able to keep up, as you can see. Falling further and further behind. Here's Shorty. We'll wait for Marius to pass him. Entering lap 4 out of 5 now. Still a pretty close round. Yeah, Beber and Company not that far behind still, but Euronics definitely with the upper hand. Also in the lead in the relay, sometimes with 1 point. As we enter the stretch for the second to last time. There we see the overview once again. Beber and Company about 1 turn behind Euronics Gaming, who are through into the final lap. This could be it for Euronics Gaming, about to win the first map. This part of the track feels like they particularly did well. Always able to build up a bit of a lead over their opponents. Beber and Company without any relay fails, so they got that going for them at least, but it's only one of the components that you need to be good at. You also have to be able to keep up a good pace, and that's exactly what Euronics are doing. Through the last corner, this will be it. They go for the fail deliberately, as they only have to reach the finish line here. 3:36.42 seems like a pretty fast time. Not really any mistakes there from Euronics, and they will take home the first map with a score of 3-0. Yeah, it definitely isn't updating like straight away when the player is crossing the checkpoint. So maybe it is like the second player or something. Or maybe there's a bit of a lag, I don't know. Because I feel like sometimes the team definitely reached the checkpoint before the other team and still didn't win it by having 3 more relays than the other team. Alright, anyways, we are moving on to the second map, and looks like we are wasting no time here. We are going to start... no, wait, never mind. We are now going next to the second map. Here it is, so it's going to be a Lucky by Laximus. Have I seen this track yet? I don't think so, actually. Yeah, no, this is the first time I'm seeing this track in this tournament. I think it's been played before, though. Saw something about all tracks being played. But yeah, this track having a bit of dirt, I noticed. That's interesting. Not too much, though. Still mainly tech, by the looks of it. Not really any full speed sections. There's this big boosters here, but you have to still cross the checkpoint, so can't really take too much advantage of it. Alright, so yeah, let's see if Beber and Company can do better on this map and bring it back. Based on Paltesa's comment in the chat, though, maybe they aren't feeling too comfortable on it. Yeah, the boosters are just scenery, I suppose. Alright, so the timer is ticking down, and now only a few seconds left since all players have pressed F6, so that means we are about to start. Euronics in the lead by winning the first map. If they take this second map as well, they will go home with 60 euro. Actually, yeah, maybe a bit more dirt on this track. Let's see here the start. Oh no, that was the turn I was looking at, yeah. So Shorty will go down to 3rd place here for Euronics, and maybe going a bit too much far behind. Beber&Co will get the better start. We'll see if the teams are trained on this track. Could play a huge role if so, or if not. But so far it seems like they are pretty even. It's a very close pack as we enter the next lap. Kind of an interesting start to this track. You start at a different place, and then you never go through that same section again. Only see it at the start of the first lap. Oh, and looks like Euronics now have been able to build up a small but still pretty important lead. 10-10 in the relay score. So both teams keeping it intact without any faults. But yeah, Beber&Co dropping down even further now as we enter lap 3 out of 5. Simply not able to keep up with this Euronics team. Maybe are extra motivated by having joined Euronics today. Oh, Marius actually with a small landing bug in the transition from dirt to road. But not really a huge disaster for this Euronics team. Through the drop, Shorty up in the lead. Marius 89 will now pass the next checkpoint. Relu continues to be at 2nd place, but not actually in that next checkpoint. Didn't reach Shorty. Oh, what a crash from Shorty. Quick decision to respawn, which was a good decision for sure. Sometimes you see players waiting a lot for that respawn, but Shorty wasting no time and just immediately pressing that respawn button, trying to minimize the cost for Euronics, who are still remaining in the lead though. Beber&Co not able to capitalize even on that kind of mistake from Euronics. 22-21 in the relay score. Continues to be close. Oh, looks like Pilu might have made a big blunder. Looks like he did. Now he will have to slow down for his teammates who waited for him. So this is bad for Pilu and his teammates. Euronics could take it, and they will. First point going to the blue team. Euronics 2 points away from winning this cup. So Euronics maybe not looking as strong on this track. I feel like they may have trained the other tracks a bit more, but still able to pretty much dominate Beber&Co. I mean, they've been at first place a few times, maybe on the first lap, but then it always feels like Euronics takes over by the second lap and then just keeps that lead. So we are following Shorty, who now goes for another way. So in this format you can afford that. It's not really a bad idea, really. It doesn't really matter too much, I think, whichever way you take. Unless the other way is like really slow, then it might be a bad idea, but otherwise it doesn't really matter too much. We see Euronics once again having the lead. Let's follow someone from Beber&Co. Here's Pilo, who did crash in that previous round. Ooh, as Relu drops down for Euronics. Continues to be the player that maybe has shown a bit of weakness here for Euronics, having a couple of big crashes. Otherwise, Marius and Shorty have looked extremely stable. Though we did see Shorty respawning in that previous round. Alright, so entering the dirt, it's actually Beber&Co. in the lead. And also having the relay lead at 13-14. Can they get a point here? 13-15 for a small while. As they continue to get through this track. It does feel though that they need to rely on mistakes from Euronics rather than being able to outperform them in these rounds. And we do also see Euronics in close pursuit, rapidly catching up to Beber&Company. Rielu looking for some revenge. Does not want to have that mistake being the reason why they will lose this point. As we enter the dirt once again. Euronics gaining on their opponents for each checkpoint. Now only being behind with maybe 2 seconds at most. Good drop this time from Rielu. Now catching up a lot to Beber&Company. We got one more lap remaining after this, but looks like Euronics are back to the top at first place. As we enter the final lap here, Euronics can go up to match point. It's a close round though, because of that early mistake from Rielu. Although we do see Beber&Company not really being able to keep up. So they may have to have another mistake from one of the blue players. Through the drop, Rielu, Shorty and Morris now in front of all 3 red players, with Paltesa dropping down a bit. We see the players now going for the finish, but the Euronics players having the advantage. Pilu is the closest one, as we see an interesting finish actually. I didn't know that was possible. Nice. So you can actually just drop down to the finish there in the end. Interesting. Yeah, so Euronics will take that one. Slowly but surely caught up to Beber&Company after their early mistake. And now up in the lead with 2-0, match point for Euronics. Will this be the last round of the cup? Alright, see if Rielu can avoid crashing on the first lap. If so, then I could see Euronics closing it out. Oh! Nope, we will see Rielu once again crashing here in the first lap for Euronics. So, and this time it's actually a much bigger mistake too. So we'll see if Beber&Company can capitalize and get their first point. 2-4 in the relay score. Let's see. Nope, not enough to close it out here. 3-5. Actually, they could have gone for the shortcut here and dropped down to the finish, and they would have won it then. I wonder if that would have been allowed. They definitely could have done that. But they will go for the intended way, I suppose, and continue the race here. Still in the lead with a great amount, and could still potentially close it out in the relays. As we go over this drop once again, important that you get a good angle. So you land a bit on the side. See, there's Euronics, still quite far behind. 10-12, could again go for the drop, but opting to not go for it. Actually, maybe that wouldn't have been enough. Might have been enough in the first lap, but Euronics definitely catching up. We'll see though if they will be able to catch up completely like they did in the previous round. Let's bring it to the overview look to see just how far behind they are. Actually, not far behind at all. Euronics catching up a lot in the start of that lap. Yeah, they're not making it easy for them in this grand final, that's for sure. I feel like if they would minimize these crashes in the start, then they would easily win this match. Oh, crash from Paltesa as we enter lap 4, and that's gonna be very costly for Beber & Company. This might be it now. Euronics, only 2 more laps remaining, and they will take home the 60 euro. That comes with first place in this cup, the first edition of the Paragon League Chase Cup. In the lead in the relays as well, with 1 point. 23-22. There's Beber & Company. Nowhere to be seen. Paltesa also behind again. Could see it ending before the last lap, which will be entered now. 26-25. Alright, so Euronics may have to reach the end of this lap. Beber & Company definitely giving Euronics their toughest match so far, but it's still no question about it. Euronics is the better team. 29-27, could maybe close it out here before the end. Maybe in this checkpoint. Nope, not yet. 30-28. Checkpoint's not too close to each other. Actually, this could be it, and it will. Euronics Gaming will take home the Paragon League Chase Cup Edition 1, defeating Beber & Company in the grand final, winning the second map with a 3-0 score, and also taking home 60 euro. Beber & Company will take home 30 euro, and then WOF will take third and 15 euros. That's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. GG.